Hello again, fight fans, and welcome to another edition of the MMA Wrap-Up, the longest-running MMA-themed internet video series since I Love Lucy. Saturday night in Las Vegas brought us perhaps the best fight card so far this year, as the heavyweights delivered big time at UFC 146. Top of the card, Junior dos Santos cemented his position atop the division with a one-sided shellacking of poor Frank Mir. Seriously, great event. But I assume that you already know that because you watched it. I mean, if you didn't watch the event, but are taking the time to watch this video wrap-up of the event, in that case, I would be legally required to ask you, what the hell is wrong with you? Are you an idiot or something? Oh wait, I already have my answer. Sorry, I didn't want to do it. I thought it was a little harsh, but rules are rules and our lawyers are jerks. But now that Dos Santos has successfully defended his title against the Plan B challenger, it's time for us to look forward to the next test and ask, in a perfect world, who really deserves to challenge for the UFC heavyweight title? I mean, really. On one hand, you've got former heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez, who punched every last drop of blood out of Antonio Bigfoot Silva's head, while referee Josh Rosenthal stood idly by, daydreaming about that big house he wants to build on Lake Winnipesaukee. Of course, Velasquez already had his go with Dos Santos, and it didn't go great. On the other hand, you've got Alistair Overeem, whose testosterone-infused ghost is still looming over the UFC heavyweight division, scaring small children away with a mere twitch of his biceps. Hint for the kids out there, if you want to make that ghost disappear, ask him to pee in a cup. Lastly, you've got Daniel Cormier, the undefeated winner of the Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix, who still has hand surgery and one more meaningless Strikeforce fight standing between him and a move to the UFC. Of course, from the sound of things, when he does move to the UFC, he'll face pressure from UFC President Dana White to move down to light heavyweight, despite the fact that doing so back in his Olympic days nearly killed him. In other words, there are three good options for the number one contender in the heavyweight division, but only one who can take the fight in a timely fashion. That's Velasquez, who also happens to be the same guy who got knocked out in the opening minutes the last time he faced Dos Santos. Also, between now and then, his only victory is over a guy who Cormier throttled just as easily. So who should get the shot, all things being equal? Well, if injuries and suspensions and contractual screwjobs weren't an issue, I'd say the list goes Cormier, Overeem, Velasquez. But then this is MMA, and all things are never equal. Sometimes you get the title shot by proving yourself in one fight after another. Sometimes you get it by being the best available option. Velasquez is taking the latter route, and who can blame him? It's not like he snuck that testosterone into Overeem's vitamins. He also didn't break Cormier's hand. He's just a guy getting in the cage, doing his job, punching people until the referee snaps out of his trance and politely asks him to stop. The good news is, when's the last time we even had this interesting a discussion about who deserves to be the number one heavyweight contender? When's the last time we had this many good heavyweights all in one place? If Dos Santos really is as good as he looked against Mir, chances are he's going to be around for a while, and then he can face all three of those guys in whatever order they can get their lives together. Well, that's it for me, fight fans. This is Ben Fowlkes signing off and saying, if you're wondering why I haven't mentioned Fedor as the top heavyweight contender, I refer you to our earlier legal disclaimer.